Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about another major award that has been received by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, when he is on his 2-day visit to the Kuwait, a city situated in the Middle East. So Prime Minister Modi in his 10 years of Prime Ministership has received about 20 awards from different countries scattered across different regions and part of the globe. And what does this award specifically mean? And what does the conferment of such high, we can say, awards mean for both Prime Minister as well as for the country of India, nation of India? Let us try to understand this in more detail. Now, if you try to understand the background of this particular topic, recently PM Modi has been awarded by the Mubarak Al Kabir Award or the Order of Mubarak the Great. The award has been given to him the Sheikh Mehshal Al Ahmad Al Jabar Al Sabah, who is the current Emir of Kuwait. As you know, in many of the Middle Eastern countries, you have the system of Emir, who is the head of the state as well as the head of the government. So, example, United Arab Emirates, it is made up of 7 such emirates. So, Kuwait also is a type of a country which is governed by the Emir system or Emirate system. Now, the Order of Mubarak Al Kabir is the highest national award of Kuwait, which has been conferred upon the Prime Minister of India. The award basically, if you try to understand to which kind of personality the Mubarak Al Kabir award is given. So the Kuwaiti government has basically conferred these awards on the personalities who are either head of the states or the sovereigns of foreign countries, such as the Queen Elizabeth, for example, or the members of foreign royal families, as a sign of friendship and goodwill. So this is the most important point. The conferment of the award represents a huge trust that the Kuwait repose in India as its long time trusted ally, its long time trusted friend, and the goodwill gesture. And as a goodwill gesture, the award has been given. Now, it is not first time that award has been given to any head of state. Before Prime Minister Modi, if you try to look, the major personalities who have been awarded by the Mubarak Al Kabir is the Queen Elizabeth II of England. Before that, you have the former American presidents such as George Herbert Walker Bush or George Bush Sr. and the Bill Clinton. Then you have King Salman of Saudi Arabia, as we discussed, the sovereigns of foreign countries as well as the members of royal families, and former French President Nicole Sarkozy. These were the main personalities who we can say were the recipient of this particular award. Now let us try to understand the history of this particular order or award. This was first of all instituted somewhere in the year 1974, and the award was instituted in the memory of Mubarak al-Shabah. Mubarak al-Shabah, who is also known by the name of Mubarak al-Kabir, which in English translates to Mubarak the Great. So he was the Emir of Kuwait who ruled Kuwait somewhere between 1896 to 1915. It was during his reign Kuwait was able to get autonomy from the Ottoman Empire, and also in the year 1899 he was able to sign a deal with the United Kingdom, Great Britain, which was the major power of the world if you talk about at that particular point of time. And he got this deal from Britain that Britain will guard and protect his kingdom from Turkey. And Turkey, as we know, it was the part of Ottoman Empire. So that time Kuwait has the highest risk or highest threat from the Turkey, which wanted to control the Kuwait and merge it again as a part of Ottoman. So it effectively, due to this deal, Kuwait became a British protectorate. Mubarak also is known for playing a major role in shaping the future of the Kuwait because he was the, we can say, most significant ruler of Kuwait. So during his reign, many we can say large scale decisions were taken, which has paved the way for the future of Kuwait. Design of the award, however, changed in 1992 after Kuwait was liberated from Iraq in the year before. In 1991, if you remember, there was a Gulf War where you have the active support provided by the United States to the Kuwait against the invasion of Iraq. Iraq that time was ruled by the Saddam Hussein. So it was during this time also many Indians got stranded in the Kuwait. If you remember, recently a movie Airlift was also made by the Akshay Kumar. So this basically represents the situation that was prevailing in 1991 in the Kuwait. So this is briefly we can understand history. Now, obviously, after being awarded, the Prime Minister Modi have dedicated this award to the long-standing friendship that India and Kuwait have enjoyed, not only after the discovery of oil in Kuwait, but even before, we can say pre-oil Kuwait, to the Indian community who are residing in Kuwait, and to the 1.4 billion people of India. Obviously, because Prime Minister is not what can I say, a private person, rather he is a representative of the citizens of India. So any award that is conferred to him is basically an award conferred to the 1.4 billion people of India, and that has been acknowledged by the Prime Minister himself. So the conferment of the award, if you look at the Ministry of External Affairs statement that was released on its website, it says that the conferment of the award on this historic visit of the Prime Minister of India to Kuwait after 43 years. It is after 43 years any Prime Minister of India has visited Kuwait. If we try to understand, before this, it was in the year 1981. The former Prime Minister of India, late Srimati Indira Gandhi, had visited the Kuwait, and after that, 1981, it is for the first time the PM of India, Narendra Modi, had visited it. So the visit that has come after such a huge gap added a special meaning to the occasion, and that has been basically set by the MEA. Now, in this context, let us try to understand that what kind of relations India and Kuwait has. So, first of all, if you look at the diplomatic relation, it began somewhere in the year 1961 when India became one of the first countries in the world to establish diplomatic relations with this small country of the Middle East. Apart from that, before the development of oil or discovery of oil sector in Kuwait, Kuwait's economy was primarily based on shipbuilding. It was based on fishing and maritime trade with India. So as I discussed before, the ties goes long way back before the oil was discovered there. And the Indian community in Kuwait is a population with over 1 billion. So Kuwait is also, you can say, a region which hosts a large number of Indian diaspora, most of them who are working in the oil and gas sector, in the construction sector of the country. If you look at the economic landscape of the country's bilateral relation, today the bilateral trade stands somewhere at about $10 billion. That is as per the recent estimate. Now, obviously, the most important role that Kuwait plays is in ensuring the energy security of India, because Kuwait is India's 6th largest crude supplier, and in terms of the percentage, the oil supplied by Kuwait meets 3% of country's energy demand and energy needs. Kuwait Investment Authority, that is a sovereign fund created by the Kuwaiti government, it also has invested a huge sum of money. The total investment in Indian economy goes as high as $10 billion. So 10 billion of bilateral trade and 10 billion of investment that has been made by the Kuwaiti government authorities in India. And also historically, if we try to understand, until 1961, interestingly, Indian rupee remained a valid legal tender. That means you do not have to convert into Kuwaiti dinar. You could have very well used Indian rupee to pay for the services, goods, and whatever you want in Kuwait. Now, the recent conferment of award is not a single issue, or what you can say, not a first instance. Rather, Prime Minister during his entire tenure of last many years have been received award from countries across all kind of political spectrum, across all different regions. The countries which themselves are friends and foes, but for India, most of these countries, they consider India as a friendly ally. Example of this best we can explain by the conferment of the highest award of Russia that was given to Prime Minister Modi by the President Putin of Russia. Apart from that, even if you talk about the highest civilian award of the US was given during the time of Donald Trump to the Prime Minister. And most recently, last year itself, when the Prime Minister visited France as a what we can say as the guest of honor, that time the French President Emmanuel Macron, he also has given one of the highest award to the PM Modi. Now, apart from that, also, if you try to understand, especially from the Middle Eastern countries, he has received award from countries such as UAE, then you have countries such as Egypt, then you have Saudi Arabia, and also from the Palestine. So, if you look at the major countries which have bestowed upon the prestigious award to the Prime Minister, these are countries such as Russia, which has given Order of St. Andrew. Then US government's Legion of Merit has been given. Apart from that, talk about the Greece's award, the France, UAE, Egypt, and even smaller countries in the Pacific region, such as the Republic of Palau, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and all that. So, Afghanistan, if we talk about it, also has bestowed upon the Order of Ghazi Amir Amanullah Khan to the Prime Minister in the past. So, what we are trying to discuss here is that the Prime Minister has been awarded through different geographies from different countries which considered India as a trusted ally and friend. So, what does this conferment award means as far as the India's stature in the geopolitics is seen? Now, obviously, this shows that India's stature in the geopolitics, the global geopolitics, has been continuously rising, where India is being seen as a major player in shaping the future policies and the future laws related to the international relations and international geopolitics. Second, the award, a conformative award, also is a reflection of the acceptance that India is developing and growing at a very fast rate, and in the next few decades it can emerge as a major economic giant. And obviously the economy plays a very vital role in determining the bilateral relations between two countries. So many countries do not want to miss this wagon where it can help, or it can be helped by India in the future by increasing the overall bilateral trade volume, by increasing the export and import, basically you can say. And also it is a reflection of the robust foreign policy that India has had since the past. Because again, if you look, US, Russia, both are considered, or both consider themselves as a rival, as a strategic rival at least. So both countries have conferred award on the India. So basically it shows that India is not a part of any one particular bloc. It is not part of what we can call as a bipolar order that was also established earlier. One pole led by US, other pole led by Soviet Union, erstwhile Soviet Union. So basically India's foreign policy is about its own interest, and it does not want to be seen as a member of any one particular group. And that is why you can see India is a member of the BRICS alliance, and India is also a member of the Quad alliance. So both seem very antagonistic to each other, but that is not the case as far as the India's interests are concerned. It has interest in both countries such as US and Russia, and that is how it has been able to maintain its neutral stand. It has been able to maintain a policy that is basically to satisfy its own demand, to satisfy its own interest. So that is what we can explain and understand the conferment of what basically shows. That is all about this particular video. Thank you very much.